Let me ask you a question. What do you think about when you hear the word fear? What image do you see? What populates your mind? If you're like a lot of people, you may think of snakes, spiders, darkness, roller coasters, heights, things that may or may not be dangerous in of itself. Now, let me ask you another question. What's the difference between fear and danger? So hold that thought, because I want to tell you about a fear that I once believed that I had. I used to have this fear of being deep underwater, and I believe that you have to challenge your greatest fears to reveal a greater strength. So what I did is I decided to experience that. So I went to an island off of the Caribbean coast of Nicaragua to get my scuba diving license. So picture this, I'm inside of a completely new world. I got my scuba diving gear on, I'm down in the sea, and there's just nothing but fish, endless water, dark space, and just walls of coral everywhere. So I'm down there, my heart's racing, I'm trying to control my breath, and I glance over to my instructor that's about 10 feet away, and all he does is points behind me. So I glance back, and there's this large 7-foot long monster of a shark coming towards me. So at that point, I lost it. What happens when we come face to face with fear? Well, we stop breathing. We hold our breath, which creates more fear and more anxiety. Not because of the thing you fear, but because you're holding your breath. You're restricting oxygen. So the shark comes towards me, it swims by me. All I feel is this current from it going past me. And it goes over to my instructor. And then on his way back, my instructor puts his hand out and he's petting it as he's going along. So I see it coming for me. I saw my instructor kind of touching it, so I said, okay, let me just do this thing. So it goes by me, and I put my hand out and touch it as it goes along. So I did that a couple times and I didn't die. So it turns out this is a nurse shark. So they're not dangerous, they don't eat humans, they're more like a dog than anything. When I just started breathing and I embraced the moment, it ended up being one of the most exciting and most memorable experiences of my life. Having this giant 7-foot shark engage with me. So when you become present to a fear and really come face to face with it, interesting things start to happen. Now let's back up. So what is the difference between fear and danger? Well, danger is the awareness of a potential threat, but fear is nothing more than a feeling that we perceive as negative that holds us back, whether or not there is a threat, whether or not there is actual danger. See, but fear, people fear approaching the person they're attracted to. People fear going to interviews. People fear heights or starting a business or speaking in front of an audience. Now, do any of these things cause actual danger? Are they actually a threat to you in and of themselves? No, of course not. In this day and age, there are no saber-toothed tigers lurking around the corner trying to get you. You see, fear is a very primitive emotion. I mean, of course, it's helped to survive all these thousands of years, but in this day and age, if you don't have it in check, it's going to do more harm to you than it will protect you. See, most of the time, the feeling of fear comes from us going outside of our comfort zone into new experiential territory, and what is actually opportunity, we misdiagnose as danger or as a threat. So how do we get over fear? Well, see, that's the thing. You don't actually get over fear. You transmute it into excitement. It's easier to transmute a feeling than it is to try to get rid of it. You see, when I was scuba diving, I started breathing and becoming present to the moment and embracing the moment. And when I started saying to myself, like, this is exciting, this is an awesome opportunity, it completely shifted the way I was thinking about my experience. The same energy level was there, but it went from negative fear to positive excitement. Nothing actually changed in my body, just the way I was labeling it. See, I learned a long time ago from a guy named Tony Robbins, there's an incredible amount of power in our language. It literally defines the emotion you're feeling. The way you declare your feelings determines your experience of it. If you're at a high emotion and you say you are scared, notice how you become more scared. You reinforce what you're saying to yourself. And it works the exact same way with any emotion. Sadness, happiness, fear, love, all emotion. But here's the most important thing to understand. The experience of fear and the experience of excitement is the exact same feeling. It's the exact same chemistry inside your body. The only difference is what you're telling yourself and how you're describing the labels you're putting on that emotion. But the experience itself is exactly the same. See, it's really just the experience of wanting to rush forward into something or pull back from it. Your adrenaline starts pumping, your heart's racing, your senses kick in overdrive, and that's why you can have the exact same experience like skydiving, and one type of people absolutely loves and is excited by the thought of it, and the other group, they are tremendously fearful of it. Now, just to make this perfectly clear, this whole thing about transmuting fear into excitement is about not letting fear hold you back from doing something that you actually want to do. So try it out in your life and see how it feels for you, because just notice how the next time the moment comes, and if you remember to stop and be present and breathe and embrace the moment, when you get the memory, when you remember to say to yourself, like, this is exciting, this is an opportunity in my life, notice how much you actually resist saying that this is exciting. Because see, a lot of times, people actually find sanctuary inside their state of fear. They actually enjoy being there because it justifies them not having to get out of their comfort zone. A lot of times what people actually fear is change itself. Now remember this, The consequence of facing your fear is renewed enlightenment of possibility. Now, if you got value from this video, please share it so that others might find it and be able to make a strong change towards living a more freer and more fulfilling life for themselves, because they deserve it and you deserve it. So please share this video.